lounging, son.
Welcome back to the Comic Lounge. My name's Ryan, and today I'm going to be talking about Oni Double Feature number 12, first appearance of Bluntman and Chronic in comic book form. Talked about my love of Kevin Smith, all his movies, his comics. I've done episodes on the Clerks comic, the Christmas special, the Jay and Silent Bob comic that he did with Matt Wagner. So I figured, gotta complete the collection by throwing in this issue of Oni Double Feature to talk about the story by Kevin Smith and Mike Allred. Mike Allred of Madman fame. I mean, one of my favorite artists in comics. When you see his art, you know what you're looking at. There's no question about it. So while there's other stories by Paul Dini, Tom Fowler, Sergio Aragonis in here, I'm just simply going to talk about the main story, which is the Bluntman and Chronic. Now, if you know anything about Kevin Smith stuff, you know that Bluntman and Chronic were first talked about in Kevin Smith's Chasing Amy film. Holden McNeil, Banky Edwards, two of the main characters in that film, were comic book creators, and they drew the Bluntman and Chronic comics based off of Jay and Silent Bob, and they would have to pay Jay and Silent Bob for their likenesses. So I thought this was kind of cool when I found out that there was actually a comic book that had the characters in there, and it's as if Holden McNeil and Banky Edwards did the story. That's even who's credited in here. It's a cool little story, signature Kevin Smith humor. We start off, it's located Red Bank, New Jersey. This rocket's about to hit right in Family Jewels, the fucking jewel store. And the story's called The Darris Affair. Rick Darris is a character that's often lauded in the Kevin Smith movies as just a fucking scumbag. He's the guy that Holden doesn't like because he had a history with Alyssa in the movie. That's all I'll say, because in case you haven't seen the movie, which I don't know if you'd be watching this video about a Kevin Smith comic if you haven't seen his movies, but if you haven't seen Chasing Amy, definitely go out and check it out. Banky Edwards is listed first story in inks, and as he'll tell you, he's not a fucking tracer. Holden McNeil, story in pencils. We got letters by Sean Connaught, and it even says, Bluntman and Chronic, created by Banky Edwards and Holden McNeil. So, basically this is Rick Darris. He's coming in and he's attacking the city, telling them that this operation is going to be easier than fucking some dude's girlfriend behind his back. So you can see in the story the disdain for Rick Darris. And of course, the heroes of Red Bank, Jay and Silent Bob, aka Bluntman and Chronic, they got their own signal. They're chilling out in front of the Quick Stop. Mike Allred, I love his art. In color, it's amazing. Especially when his wife Laura Allred, who actually she did color this cover, but I like his art just as much in black and white. And he captures the likenesses of Jason Mewes and Kevin Smith, even though it's not hyper detailed. Like, who they are without even having to fucking be told. I mean, it's evident, right? So they see the signal, fucking run past Randall, and the way they get him out of the shop is by saying how some dude is fucking bragging about how he owes $280 in late fees, gets Randall to run, and as they're gonna go to the blunt pulls, the movie that he grabs like off of the bookcase or the video shelf, right, is 16 Candles. Realizes none of it's working, and the look that he gives it, and it's all like the Brat Pack movies, right? And you got fucking Pretty in Pink, got Good Will Hunting in there, Star Wars, and he's like, Navy SEALs is the one. So then they go down, and in their Bluntman cave, they got the giant penny as a callback to Batman, but then you got the movie cow. You got their butler, which is the Alfred lookalike. And what are they doing? They're not getting ready to fight crime. They're sitting down, getting stoned, and watching TV. And I love this too. If you look for the eagle-eyed, you can see the ad that's drawn by Jim Mahfood. I mean, you can't really read the fine print, but that was an ad from an earlier issue that was showcasing what would be one of the Jay and Silent Bob stories. I think from the Clerks comic, actually. You see how lazy they are. They're just fucking stoners, man. And like this is what's hilarious. They have to have the butler tell them to put on their fucking costumes and get out there. You know, Jay hops up, gets ready. They get to fight crime. But he's got to put that final touch, man. He shoves the banana down to look like to make it look like his jug is bigger than it is, and he tells Silent Bob that it's for the ladies. He's like, you got your costume, I got mine, dude. If he's gonna put his life on the line, they're gonna put their balls on the line. They might as well get some brown for their troubles. It's one of his catchphrases: he'll fuck anything that moves. Keep on the grass. You know, these little fucking little, you know, it's those little things that they add into the art that I really enjoy. Quick couple fight scenes. Watching them take out Rick Darris and his crew. Fucking instead of a battering, it's a fucking pot leaf. Smashes one of Rick Darris's fucking henchmen down, and then we see that he's got some of his other friends to come help fight crime. It's the League of Shitters. And that's right, you fucks. He's recruited some of the most fearsome foes from their rogues gallery. And this is where we meet for the first time. We meet Dickhead. We meet Cockknocker, who that name you probably would know if you've just seen the movies, haven't read the comics. Because he was played by Mark Hamill in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. So it's not like that one's an unfamiliar one. And then, of course, we got News Group, who all he does is shares his hatred for comics, but really he has a secret desire to make comics. And then it ends on to be continued. We never get the conclusion to this. But that's not the point. The point was I just wanted to show this, and I think that that's kind of like alludes to like how the comic book ended in the movie, which they never finished the series. You know, Holden and Banky ended up stopping to be friends. They went their separate ways, and so that's why this is a cool little addition to all the Kevin Smith comics, anything related to his movies, you know, Jay and Silent Bob. And I know this is a brief one. This is just a short little episode because I just wanted to show it. I don't know if everybody knows about this comic, but if you don't, go pick it up. It's easy to find, not expensive at all. And I hope you check out the other videos where I talk about the Jay and Silent Bob comics, the Clerks comic, and if you're not already following us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at The Comic Lounge. Throw your comments or suggestions down below or email us thecomicloungepod@gmail.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you're notified every time a new video goes up. And on that note, I'm out.